Good evening, everyone. I, Shagun, welcome you all on the behalf of Arch College of Design and Business for today's Insta Live session. As a first year student of Beetle's Interior Designing course, Foundation Department from Arch, I am very grateful for this opportunity to moderate the session in Campus to Company series. So today we are joined by a very special guest, Mr. Shubham Krishnaraj, a jewelry designer and the founder of Golden Beetle, and our esteemed alumni of our college for one-on-one conversation with us. And we will be having campus to company live sessions with our esteemed alumni on every Saturday and Wednesday 6 p.m. sharp. So these conversations will benefit all the students and the aspirants to understand about the industries and what it takes to be a successful professionals. And also at the session end of the session there will be a Q&A round or a Q&A session that is open to everyone where you can ask any queries or any questions you have in your mind. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, sir. I welcome you on the behalf of Arts family.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, sir, before starting the session, I would request you to please tell us a little bit about your journey and how are you and what you are today.
Okay. So my journey starts from art college only. So in 2006, when I got passed out and I have done the jewelry designing part from the art, I was lucky that I got the award in 2007 in IIJS, the design award, and same time I got some opportunities to go and do designing in Dubai. So for 10 years, I worked in Dubai. I have worked with a group called 32 Group, and it was a company which is sponsoring the brands called Mont Blanc, Cartier, and Van Cleef. So there I was a product manager. Then I came back after 10 years. I realized that, after too much of commercial work, I should go into something which is, where my soul is, like which is a creative
Okay.
part. And the Jaipur is something which is, it always originate in such a way that it have a lot of creativity around.
Yes,
Even
sir.
if you see about the history and even the present, a lot of creative people have been gone in Jaipur and been get very famous in the world around the world. So then I decided to come back to Jaipur, India, and then I joined Amrapali
Okay.
as a product head and a business development in Tribe Amrapali. And then after that, Sunita Shekhawat, I've run a brand called Rohira for them. And after in January only, I've just realized that, okay, so I have done a lot of work with different other brands and I should start my own so that where I can, put my all the focus and everything. So that one of the main reason was that there are a lot of people around me when I was working and I was at the designation where I'm hiring people. And I realized that, there are a lot of talent which is there in the around me, and being in the company and being in the part of a company, I'm not being able to utilize that talent and bring something new out of it. So then I decided, like, okay, let's start my own, and I'll give the opportunity to those kind of people who have already like so creative, but they're not getting a good platform of working in the industry. So yeah, this is how I started my brand, and now I'm like serving to some of the very reputed brands in US, UK, and in India. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, like as you mentioned, you started your own brand. So please tell us about your respective brand.
So my brand name is the Golden Beetle, and it's a basically a bridge between luxury and affordable jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah. So luxury, why I'm saying it's luxury because I'm using those techniques, which is now people are like, they're not using it particularly. Like for example, sand casting. So as why they are not using, there's a reason because now everything is becoming so commercial. If you wanted to make one single piece and different variations of that, you have to have something like electronic castings or something like that. It needs to be done there or CAD, CAM, something like that. But my focus was to handcrafted thing. It is always my soul is towards that part only. Always कि handcrafted चीजें होनी चाहिए जिसमें एक कारीगर का खुद का भी एक सोल होता है which make that piece a lively life full of life.
Yes, sir.
So this is my vision to create this particular brand, and in this brand, I'm like using a lot of different techniques like Bidri. I'm using Chitai. I'm using Thappa. These kind of all techniques which is being used in ancient time, and people are still using it. But I'm trying to do it like I'm making this thing available to to local people around me also. Because if you take something which is handcrafted, it's get very expensive to sell. So this is why I'm making it a bridge of luxury towards a commercial part.
Yes, sir. So you are spreading the thing of accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So as you mentioned, like you are spreading your business, but before you worked with so many brands. So
Yes.
what was the key thing that you kept in mind for company selections and these sort of company overviews that you prepared yourself with?
Mhm. So, see, their market have a lot of companies, and they are all filled of different techniques and different genres they are making, and different styles they are making, and different market they are serving. Yeah. So that should be what I feel personally. That should be it's your own decision, like where or which kind of field do you want to choose. See, so about me when I started searching about the job, there was not so many of companies which is ready to take as a designer and giving them an opportunity to roam around to the karigars and talk to them, learn things. At my time, what used to happen is like you have to sit in a box kind of a thing, and you are not being allowed to go and work with the karigar. So your scope of working remains inside that four walls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, but the companies have like, they are upscaled themselves. They have evolved their thinking. So now, the designers can go in the floor and then you can interact with the karigars and they can make their own things there themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the selection of the companies is totally depending on you, what kind of field, what kind of market do you want it to be. Like, for example, one of the biggest companies are like Weber, Amrapali, Derewala, which is in Jaipur, right? These
Mm.
companies are, they're super companies, right? They are doing everything and they're exporting around the world. So the exposure you got in these companies is, next level. And if you go at the companies which is like homegrown companies, which is like small scale companies, even there also you get a lot of experience. But the type of experience varies
Yeah.
company to company. Yeah.
Different
One you are get,
environments.
yeah. So even in later time, like, see, one designer needs to learn how to sell its designs. Right. So being a second step for a designer is a merchandising part to learn how to portray your product in front of a client and how to handle a client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marketing your
So
product in a way,
yeah.
it's
So
appealing.
right. So for according to me, your choice should be such a way that you can at least have that opportunity to interact with client. You can work with client. You can work with the owner itself, like the factory owner. It depends like what kind of structure they have in factory. Are you allowed to do interaction with the owner or not? But yeah, but you should get a lot of exposure where you are basically you're allowed to work with karigars. That should
Yes,
be
sir.
your primary select marker for to select the company while going.
Yes, sir. So you really like explained well about the company selections and the overviews and what environment and industries we should be in. So like your journey is from design to business.
Yeah.
Like at this point of time, you are into business, you are indulged in business. So in this your design journey, so what were the areas or what were the things that made you towards business? Like you might have felt at some point of your life like what's next,
Mhm.
what is more, so like what
So
was that point of yours?
so I have been working for almost 16 years for the companies, and I have seen like a lot of things abroad, even in India. I've seen a lot of things, and I've got abundance of experience. But I'm getting experience like with different things. Every day it's a new day for me and new challenge for me.
Yes, sir.
But the experience which I have, I wanted to use that particular experience for me now. So that
Okay.
was the the saturation point where I came when I was used to do a job and all. So effort and everything which I give to the company is definitely companies. If company grows, even I have grown a lot. I have learned a lot from the companies. But a point of a time when you know so much of it and you can't implement everything on it because that particular company has a particular style of working. So that always bother me. I feel like I'm like closed in the box and I can't do much. And I have
Yes, sir.
whatever I'm doing, I have to, someone is there on looking at me and judging me what type of work I'm doing, what is my way of doing it. Yeah. So yeah, that was a saturation point, and when I started like, okay, it's enough, and I have to start my own, and at least I can explore more myself. Like, if I wanted to do, like I told you, like I'm too much into kind of handwork, but most
Yes,
of the
sir.
companies they wanted to sell commercial things.
Yes.
Even if they make a
Perfect.
beautiful design, they wanted to go commercial, and I don't want to go commercial. I wanted to
Yeah.
sell, like for example, in a 1 month, I sell a single piece, which is enough for me, and that is you know. It is something which I can sleep properly. Like, okay, this is what I have made.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So, sir, you are talking about exploration and experience. So, sir, like gaining experience is more important in particular field, or having a exploration in various fields is important, or you can do the both of these things together. So, like, what according to you is much important? Experience, exploration, what?
These both things works hand to hand. Exploration where
Okay.
it works is keep जब जब तक आप you don't explore anything, you won't be able to find it a new way
Yes.
to do it. So exploration is a kind of a challenge, right? So every time you try to explore something new, it will put up you in different path, and different path will give you different challenges
Yes.
to how to achieve it or how you want to do it. And exploration same time gives you a lot of knowledge. Right.
Yes, sir.
So that is the exploration part. And now it comes to experience. Experience is something which is always countable at the end. Same time experience, you'll not be able to implement it anywhere, but that experience is like a asset which is you're just gathering it and keeping it in your brain. And then in the end, when you think that okay, I'm stuck, what needs to be done, what is the solution of that problem, and there that experience will come in. You'll
Um,
automatically get that particular idea to solve that particular problem that you have already been faced or you have already been seen it. So that is the experience. So both are important, exploration and still I'm exploring a lot of things. I have got
okay.
experience, but I'm still exploring a lot of things because I wanted to grow and I wanted to, I can't stuck on one thing because trend will change, time will change, new season will come. A lot of things have like, you have seen it like after COVID and before COVID. It's like before Christ and after Christ. It's like that now. So everybody is like, okay, before COVID I was that, and after COVID I was that. So
Yes.
yeah, so you need to explore a lot of things, a lot of things, and it is a ongoing process. Ongoing process.
So, my next question is just related to it. Like, how was Dubai's design elements or Dubai's design different from India's? Because you have been living a life in Dubai and you
Mm.
are now living a life in India. So, like, what were the difference between the elements you can say between the design?
So Dubai is a market where a mixed commodity kind of a thing, mixed community kind of a thing, because a lot of people are from outside Dubai.
Okay.
So they are in Dubai. The Dubai, its own people are in minority, very small bunch of people who are called locals. Yeah, so their style of pattern is all about gold, gold, gold. And the pattern is Arabic kind of pattern which they use and do it, and mainly it's of gold. Second thing is diamonds. Why I'm saying why diamonds is because you have seen the women they wear abayas and all, so hands, face, and everything is covered for them. So their most of the jewelry part is on hands, rings, for example, bracelets, and there's all our diamonds, mostly diamonds, or maybe a cocktail thing, kind of a thing.
Yes.
Because if you're wearing a baya, if you're wearing a necklace, it's, you will not
Yeah.
be able to show it, right?
Yeah.
So the most important part there is the necklaces, or the rings, and the bracelet, which is mostly over a hand. So that is the main difference where and here in India we can wear anything. We
Yes.
can roam around, have a street fashion kind of way of wearing a nut. They can do
Yes.
that. And another thing is there is like a lot of different country people are there. So US,
Yes.
UK, so they have different multiple tastes. So that particular taste is something which is which I feel is like a lot of it is commercial thing. It's nothing like they appreciate handmade things, but for them it should be a brand like it can be a
Mhm.
Louis Vuitton, it can be a Cartier, and the way they make it, of course, they have a beautiful craftsmanship because at the end when you see the master is always done by hand, right? So, but they come up with the seasons and they have to cater the world.
Yes.
So there are a lot of mix thing is there. There's no particular segment which we can talk about. Okay, this is a Dubai kind of a design because when we talk Dubai, it's gold, right? So plain gold thing. But another face of that coin is like I told you, like they wear a lot of rings because
Yes.
the only hands are visible for them.
Yes.
So yeah.
And you started your business after coming back from Dubai, having a lot of experience, exploration, but you still have might face a little bit of challenges in starting your business. So, like,
Mm.
how you deal with those challenges, and what those challenges and how they affected you?
So the basic challenge is to find a good karygar. Yeah, that is the main
Yes,
challenge.
sir.
So you can get machines, you can get space, you can get everything. But a good karygar is the most critical and it's a backbone of your company.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there is that. And then the the pattern which our local market works. यहाँ पे it's like things get challenges when when people say yes to the work, but they don't tell you the date when they're going to deliver it.
Yes,
Yeah. So whenever, if you, for example, if I go to a karigar and I will ask him, okay, can you cut that stone for me? Second, हो जाएगा. He just say हो जाएगा, right? And when I ask him when you going to give me that, so जल्दी दे दूंगा. So that jaldi wala thing,
the
the
delaying thing.
the tomorrow never comes for him every time, and he have a different excuses to work with. So uska ab now the solution is to I have to hire that particular karigar in house only.
Yes,
That
sir.
is the challenge, because I have to find that particular karigar who's ready to work with me and sit there. And there are so many of things and so many processes which is involved, and for that you need to have a lot of capital involved. When you say it's a unit, working unit, or a factory, or a manufacturing has a lot of things to have, but only few of the opportunities to have that much amount of capital who can invest in all together in one time. So business like me, when I have started, it's everything is like bootstrap thing. I earn it, I put it back. I earn it and I put it back. And now that's how I going. And every day it's a challenge with the Karigar. Sometimes Karigar is not available. Sometimes stock is not available. Sometimes I have a lot of demand, to create it in different way, but I don't have that potential. Like, okay, I have like 4 5 Karigars and they have their own capacity to work it.
Yeah.
So those kind of challenges are very good to have it. When you see that you have a lot of demand, but you are not able to fulfill that, that
Yes,
is
sir.
the point where you when you think like, okay, let me explore a little more and I should expand myself. So I'll add 2 more karigars in it. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
so it's like a cycle and it goes like that.
Yeah, it expands with time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So, these are the challenges that you're facing right now after having your business. But like you might have also done internships, right? And some of our students are going to do internship, and like being a first year student, soon time I will also be doing an internship. But how was your internship? How was your first project that you received? And what were the things that you faced or experienced at that time? Because everything comes with some learning. It's like you also have something, gained from that. So like share that
Yeah.
also.
So, um, with that way, I'm a little lucky because when I joined for the internship, I joined Dwarka Jewels.
Okay.
Yeah. So the owner was, the owner's thinking, Mr. KB Goyal, he is like, he's the one who has, shown Jaipur like how factory should look like. And when I joined them as internship guy, so he told me that, my factory is open for you and explore whatever you want to do. But
That's
the only thing is, I need good designs on my table.
okay.
So that was thing. And first time I've seen the factory, how we call it a manufacturing unit. There's so many cars are working and they're doing, they're type of, you know, they call it job wise. They work like the filers are sitting all together, setters are sitting together, and they're doing same time, same job. Like so many filers are doing same thing at a time. So that was, so amazing to see that. Okay, this is how it works. Things
Yes.
and the factory is like, for me is, of course, the negative part for me was like I can't roam too much around in the factory. I have particular segments where I can go. Later, definitely, I have like after like, having experience and all, then they have allowed me to do a lot. But I have learned a lot, and every time you should not stop yourself by choosing, the company at the time of internship. Wherever you get the internship, go and explore it because every company, every have different style of working, and definitely you'll gain something. You'll not lose anything. Sometimes it
Yes,
happened
sir.
and like it got frustrations and everything, but that frustration will turn up into experience later. But you should not stop yourself. Like, don't become choosy when it comes to internships. Like, okay, I wanted to go in big companies only. I can't work in small companies because small companies also have such a way of style of working where you can learn a lot of things like on the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like any project or any moment that you are very much proud of in your this journey of your life.
Mm, okay. So that was in Dubai only because when I talking about those brands like Louis Vuitton, very few people are got that opportunity to work those kind of brands. So that was my I used to call it my golden era because where all the brands when I used to see when we Google it, okay, famous brands of jewelry, this all come in front, Cartier, Montblanc, and all these were the brands. So I was so lucky that I have that opportunity to work with them and understand how they work, what is the timelines they follow, what kind of structure they have in their inbuilt structure. Because those companies are like automated, but people they're not depending on anyone else. It's like so automated. Like if you start things at 5, it will automatically reach like 6. वो खत्म हो जाएगी. This is how they work. Cycle. So yeah, that was the best moment of my life in my career, like where I used to work with them.
So, like, what steps do you follow, or what are the things that you keep in mind to represent your brand and to like you always come up with some ideas that you want your brand to represent, right? Like, what are the things that you follow?
So follow as in like the brand is just a word. Brand is made of a lot of things like people who
Yes,
work,
sir.
yeah, the product you sell, and the way you sell it.
Okay.
When it comes to product is your hero thing. Like people will know you just because of your product and the quality of the product. Yeah. And people who work for that brand, they should have like passion in it. Okay.
Yes.
If even if we have, a lot of challenges, there are different difficulties to make some products, but they are so passionate about it that they wanted to build that thing. So these are some of the USPs which I believe that, and if I always implement in my business, like okay, one A thing is my design and the quality. Second is my worker, the staff which I have. And third and almost is customer. What is the requirement of my customer? So these are the three things which need to be kept in the mind.
So like, it's an amazing conversation with you, like how you are sharing your experience, like the brands you have worked with. It's a very
Yeah.
good conversation I had, and I request everyone to, if you have any of the questions or any of the advice you want to take, you can drop it in the Q&A session, Q&A box, sorry. So like, any more things, like any extra thing that you want to, like yourself, you want to say, or anything that you want everyone, a future designer or a person who is aspiring design right now, want to know about?
Mm, I didn't get it. You want my aspiration, like where I wanted to become, or
No, so like anything that you want everyone to know about, like anything that the thing that inspired you.
okay. So about Ryan's so actually the thing is I can tell everyone, like young people like you, that don't stop your dreams. Like, when you dream about it, try to pull it on the paper. When you dream about the design, when you go something, when you see something, you must be thinking, yeah, iska main I can make a jhumki, this I can make this thing. So whenever you think about it, just try to draw it on the paper, or just try to bring that thing in your kitty,
Okay.
because you don't know where that particular thing will work for you. Yeah. And never stop using pencil. Never. Always use pencil, because that is the particular thing which makes you a designer.
Yes, noted
Because
down.
lot of softwares and everything is out there, but their softwares are to help you out, right? Like Coral is there, CAD is there. These are software which helps you. The Coral can do a lot of things for you if you want to do variations and different things. So that is secondary. Always don't always explore your imagination, or your things on the paper, because it is very very important for you.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for your time, and I really
Welcome.
appreciate it and I acknowledge it. And I thank everyone in the live right now for joining this interesting conversation with our esteemed alumni. And you can follow us for more updates. And we are going again live on Saturday for with another alumni. For further details, you can check the college page. Thank you so much, sir. It was
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
interesting conversation
Thank
with
you.
you.